Today I'm just going to take you on a tour of the garden. You can see here we have some raised beds. We have not touched these since fall. We have 4 3x12 raised beds. Ours are not raised very high, about 8 inches. And so this is what it currently looks like. Again, we haven't touched these since fall, so I've got a lot of work to do for this planting season. And so my goal this year is to raise and can more food than I did last year. So last year was not a very good year for us, for our garden. We got so much rain that our plants just did not do great, especially tomatoes. So tomatoes is probably the main crop that we grow in our garden. And so I usually do about 12 plants in this bed and 12 plants in this bed. And then I use these smaller boxes in the center section here. We have this little, like, I don't know, a 3x3, I guess, bed here. I don't know, that's 3 foot by 3 foot bed. And I usually do green peppers, onions, maybe some lettuce, and sometimes some jalapeno peppers. This year I'm going to do some cilantro. We plan on growing a few cucumbers, zucchini. I usually do some zucchini in this bed, and then some green beans over here. And so that's the plan. So today we're going to work on getting some of these beds cleaned up a little bit. And this is, let's see, it's March 15th. And so we'll get to working on that. And then I'll take you over here and show you, we started a compost pile last year. So we started that compost pile last year, and honestly had no idea. We'd never done compost before, and it has not broken down near as quickly as we thought it would, but that's our own fault because we didn't really put a lot of effort into turning it and adding the correct materials in the correct ratios. So I think I'm gonna grab maybe a hoe and a wheelbarrow and start pulling these plants out. While we're talking about gardening, I thought I would just go ahead and show you that one of the things I want to do this year is I just want to be more intentional about my garden and what I'm planting, but also keeping records of how things are going. So I bought this cute little notebook. I'm just going to do my garden journal in this. And so I started out by, just putting the date and putting an inventory of my seeds that I currently have. These are just seeds. Some of them are seeds that I already had. Some of them are seeds that I bought new. And so, like the table queen acorn squash I bought new this year. My zucchini seeds are about a year old. I bought new cilantro seeds. I had lettuce seed from last year that I didn't use. I have 2 types of bush green beans, contender green beans. That seed is 2 years old. And then I have some tenderette bush bean that is a year old. I have some national pickling cucumber seeds that are a year old, and some muncher cucumber seeds that are a year old. And then I also want to do a little flower garden with some wildflowers. So I bought some sunflowers and some sweet temptation butterfly and meadow flower seeds. So I plan on putting a little garden bed out there. It's just some flowers so that I can attract some pollinators. But I just thought I'd show you this because this is just a journaling book that I purchased, and I'm just going to write down what what I have, how many beds I have. Eventually I'll maybe sketch out my garden and kind of document what I plant, where I plant it. And then eventually my plan is to also document what produce I get. It is a very windy day today. Our temperatures are supposed to get up to 70 degrees, but you get down to like 20 something by the end of tonight. So the wind is blowing. We're expecting to get some storms later on in the day, maybe pretty severe storms. So we're not looking forward to that. We've been getting what seems to be a lot more frequently having tornadoes come through a nearby area. We've been very fortunate that they've missed, our direct area, but the surrounding areas have been impacted by storms lately. And so that is a concern this evening as this weather pattern continues. So anyway, hopefully we will not have any severe weather, but so right now I'm just gonna go through this bed and pull some of these weeds out of here. This is the bed that I typically put my pepper plants in. I did do a seed inventory today. So I currently have seeds from last year for my zucchini, cucumbers, bush beans, like green beans, and I've got some lettuce seed. And new this year, I have some winter acorn squash that I plan on planting this year. So I went ahead and I bought some seed for that. But I do not start seeds for things like pepper plants and tomatoes. I just go to a nursery and buy plants that have already been started. All right, so that took us about 45 minutes for two of us just to clean the old dried crops and weeds, most of the weeds anyway, out of these 4 beds. So that looks a lot better. And then, like I said, this is March 15th. We're not out of the frost window yet by any means here in southern Indiana. So we will probably not be able to plant a lot of our crops until at least May. So that is generally when I can get my tomatoes and peppers, stuff like that in the ground. Things that really thrive in that warmer soil. So anyway, we got a big chore taken care of for now, and then we will come back again and plant. So this is our new channel called Life on Our Land. And so this is what we're doing, Life on Our Land. We're trying to provide as much food for ourselves as we can without having to spend grocery store prices, plus the food tastes better. And so this channel will have some gardening, canning, food preserving, maybe some recipes occasionally. But yeah, if you'd like to follow along, then go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next one.